The second season of our travel show has been finally launched. This time the host is a lifestyle and travel blogger Aziza Aybadulina. You'll probably follow her page on Instagram, and if not, then it's the time to do that. Together with Aziza, we will show you new places and routes for you. Oh, I will do it on my own. Oh, I'm losing my shoe. Wait. Oh, it flew away. Last season we explored the Great Steppe, revealed the secrets of Saryarka, Mangystau and Bayan Aul. In this one, our film crew will follow the trails of ancient travelers of the Silk Road. Together with Aziza, we will visit the amazing locations of Almaty region. We will ride part of the way on a horseback, just like our ancestors. We will tell you about the difficulties and benefits of equestrian tourism in Kazakhstan. I sink my teeth into the goal. Let's go! Play with me. Let's go! Thank you for playing along. Stay tuned if you are interested in ancient architecture, Central Asian culture and traditions. Together with a travel blogger, you will be able to explore the mausoleums and mosques of Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. Inhale the fresh air of Issyk, plunge into the sands of the beautiful canyons of Charin and Fairy Tale, discover the ancient sites of Sayram and Okur-Guy. Taraz, Tashkent, Samarkand. You can only dream of such locations. Let's go! Right now, the sports palace named after Balwan Shulak hosts a press conference of the expedition Sacred Kazakhstan. While here, in 2018, the Visit Almaty Tourist Hub opened this place. If you want to travel around Almaty and Almaty region and don't know where to start, you should definitely come here. Here you can find unusual routes, meet experienced travelers, or buy tickets. Visit Almaty is a co-working space where residents and guests of the southern capital can learn more about traveling and discover new places. The hub was created to become a single place of departure for tourists to go to the most popular sites of Almaty and Almaty region. The center positions itself as a promoter of authentic Kazakhstan. It will be interesting for those travelers who are fed up with mass tourism, who want to meet people who have visited the most unique corners of the world or are in search of something unusual. In search of new sensations and quality content, our film crew decided to try on the role of real travelers. Today the tourists are going on an expedition and our film crew decided to join them. We are launching this second season of Across the Central Asia. Let's go! The route of our expedition passes through the place where the Golden Man was found. It is the city of Issyk, which is 55 kilometers or an hour away from Almaty and located in Yenbekshi Kazakh district. Burial mounds are located at the entrance to the city and form the Issyk necropolis. Right now, I'm standing next to one of the Issyk barrows, and you can even say I'm touching the antiquity. Just think about it. These lands saw the heyday of the Saka civilization in 5th, 4th centuries BC. And over there I see the first point of our journey, the Issyk Historical and Cultural Reserve Museum. The Issyk State Historical and Cultural Reserve Museum was created in 2010 as part of the Cultural Heritage Project. The Reserve Museum was built in honor of the biggest archaeological find of Kazakhstan, the tomb of the Golden Man. It turns out that the Issyk Altina Dam is not the only golden man found in Kazakhstan. There are a total 5 of them, but this one was found the first. His mound was looted and he was buried a little aside, so no one noticed it and it remained untouched. Archaeologist Bayan Aul discovered the burial in 1970. Subsequently, all the work was headed by the famous archaeologist Kemal Akishev. But Bayan, as the younger colleagues called Nurmagomedov, was the keeper of the Issyk barrows until the end of his life. Thanks to his finding, the necropolis has remained untouched and is now part of the museum. He is a legendary archaeologist too. In a number of publications, journalists note that he actually was a golden man. His character was very specific. He liked excavations more than being an academician. An amazing fact. Until now, scientists cannot agree on the gender of the golden man. Museum workers tried to find any written information about the skeleton and the skull of the golden man, but found nothing. The only anthropological opinion was found in the book of Kemal Akishev, Issyk Mound. Orazak Ismagulov gives the conclusion that the skull shows that the buried features are more mongoloid, but it does not clearly determine whether it was a man or a woman. He just said buried. Based on the diaries and memoirs of the expedition members, we cannot restore more detailed events. But it seems to me that they were more passionate about gold and a little forgotten about the actual person. Museum funds contain about 3,000 items, mainly from archaeological collections. But the central and most noticeable exhibit is the voluminous reconstruction of the Golden Man costume. The first reconstruction began in 1973. To date, there are 3 versions. The museum Issyk has the reconstruction made in the Scientific Restoration Laboratory island of Crimea. You are looking at a copy of the archaeological find and the original is stored in the capital's museum. Let's ask the expert how such a decision was made. Me and other archaeologists will confirm that the archaeological complex is completely discovered and it should be stored in one place. But with the Golden Man, it turned out that the materials from this burial are scattered separately in various museums. Gold is stored in the National Museum, and the postcranial skeleton, the bones of the Golden Man, they are located in the funds of our museum, as well as the parts of the found dishes. New studies have shown that the Issyk necropolis occupies a more extensive area than it was previously thought. It turned out that it covers not only the left bank of the Issyk River, but also occupies its right bank. The length of the burial ground, according to experts, has tripled and amounts to 10 kilometers, and the width has increased from 1.5 to 3.5 kilometers. Thus, the landscape of the Issyk necropolis covers the territory from the Kuljinsky Tract in the northwest and enters the borders of the city of Issyk in the southeast. The number of preserved objects of the necropolis totals more than 300 medium and large mounds, and there are a lot of small ones. Of course, not all of this vast territory is protected by the museum. However, archaeological work is being carried out very successfully in mounds in the museum area. And every year, with the opening of our museum in 2011, the museum has been excavating the burial grounds of Issyk in the vicinity of Issyk. And here, for example, the core neck interesting materials were found in the burial mound, which we began to research in 2015. It is located a little lower here. There came out interesting materials, including ceramic materials and parts of golden jewelry from the Saka period. The exposition of the Issyk Museum Reserve consists of 3 rooms dedicated to the history and culture of the Saka tribes, the Golden Man and the archaeology of Kazakhstan. A small area was allocated in the museum for little visitors, where they can touch household items of our ancestors. Aziza could not resist as well. So now we will look at the ancient dishes. Let's see. In fact, it looks more like a prehistoric Lego. Is it possible to make any cauldron from this? They say that this is the cover from the cauldron, well, more precisely, its handle. And this is a prehistoric phone. Hello? Hello? How are you? Still, I love the atmosphere of museums. You walk, contemplate, look at antiquities, and it seems that you are in some other world, another era. I do not want to check the phone, notifications, look at the clock. You have time to reflect. While Aziza was thinking in the next room, Yemek told us that the museum plans to make the barrows accessible to visitors. They will pave the way to them, create all conditions, and you can get there in a horse-drawn cart. There are no horses yet, but the carriage is ready, and Aziza looked at it in our snapshot time. Just imagine, this carriage turns out to be from the beginning of the 20th century, and it is displayed here in the museum. And any tourist will soon be able to ride on it. This is so cool. You can post photos with the hashtag across the Central Asia. Repeat our photos in cool places in Kazakhstan and win cool prizes. The photo turned out to be great, and our cars continue the way to the eco-village. There, part of the expedition will switch cars for real horses, and from there, our fascinating horseback journey through the destinations of Almaty region will begin. In general, our expedition was supposed to promote equestrian tourism in Kazakhstan, so we will finish the half of the way on horseback, just like our ancestors. And I really hope that I can make friends with these dearest creatures, right? Passing the route of the expedition on horseback is an idea proceeding from the traditional way of life of the peoples inhabiting these places. Excavations of the Botai settlement indicate that domestication of the horse first occurred on the territory of Kazakhstan. This contributed to the development of the economy and military affairs, and most importantly laid the foundation for the formation of horseman culture. A man on horseback, armed with a bow or saber, became a symbol of nomadic peoples and their powerful empires of subsequent eras. In addition, equestrian tourism has become one of the promising areas of the domestic tourism industry. On the way, it is hard to miss the Turgen gorge, and it is impossible to forget it. When you get here, you understand the expression "a corner of unspoiled nature." If you are tired of people and want to be alone, then Turgen is the most suitable and one of the closest places from Almaty. 90 kilometers, and you find yourself among the alpine meadows, mixed forests, lakes and rivers. The gorge is located on the territory of the Ili-Alatau State Reserve. At the eco post, you need to pay 370 tenge or around $1 per person. But in ancient centuries, it was hard to find peace at the gorge. There was a road from India and China, and the Saka-Tigrahauda tribes have created settlements and strongholds on this strategically important path. It should be noted that the gorge is also known for its diverse vegetation: apricots, apple trees, barberries, Tianshan birch trees and relict Turgen spruce trees create a unique palette of colors. We and the Sakas-Tigrahauda were lucky to live among such beauty. Only then, they did not have drones, but now we have. Enjoy the bird's eye view. There are 7 waterfalls in the Turgen gorge. The most famous is the Joly waterfall. Our host went there. The Joly waterfall is located in a deep rocky niche on the southern slope of the Karaj ridge, from where the Joly stream flows from under the Jambas Pass. Geologists suggest that about 1 million years ago, significant tectonic shifts occurred in the mountains, and therefore a stream channel formed. The waterfall is located at around 1,520 meters above sea level. Once upon a time there were a large number of brown bears, hence the name. In order to get there, you must go along mountain trails for about 3 kilometers. The Joly waterfall is located near the road. The path here is trodden, therefore they told me that everyone can get there, not talking about the athletes. Avid tourists in general, even I can get there. I put on my sneakers but forgot to put on my socks. Well, I would not be me if I did everything right. I went, in general. Don't be like Aziza, wear mountain waterproof shoes. What seemed easily accessible turned out to be located at the altitude of 1,559 meters above sea level. 2 paths lead to Medveji. One in several places crosses streams, so that you can wet your feet, and the second passes further and does not cross the river. But both paths converge near the waterfall. However, the views of the waterfall is worth all the soaked sneakers of the world. Stormy streams of water foaming break down from a 30-meter cliff. Splashes of water form real clouds. The picturesque scenery is simply breathtaking. Rocks in the tract are broken by an earthquake and store prints of plants of the pre-glacial period. The flow temperature even on a hot day does not exceed 12 degrees. This is especially noticeable in winter, when the waterfall freezes and turns into a huge icicle. This circumstance attracts extreme athletes climbing the icefall to its top. The second waterfall of the Turgen Gorge waterfalls available for tourists is Kayrak Peak. It is located at the altitude of 2,130 meters above sea level. The Kayrak waterfall is not so randomly named. Kayrak in translation from the Kazakh language means sharpened. When you come closer, you will see that the waterfall literally paved its way into the gorge. The Kayrak waterfall is 25 meters higher than the Joly. It consists of 3 cascades that are difficult to see. The total height of the fall is about 55 meters. This is the highest waterfall in the Turgen Gorge. Therefore, getting to it is much more difficult. The waterfall is a 3-hour walk from the forestry. A tourist who wants to get to the waterfall will need to walk 8 kilometers through the mixed forest of the Turgen Gorge. Clean air and a beautiful landscape are pleasant bonuses, and the reward will be the view of the powerful flow of visitors from Kayrak. We are reminding you that you can follow our expedition on social networks using the hashtag across the Central Asia. There are still so many interesting facts and interesting locations. Stay tuned. Our expedition is heading to the Okur-Guy tract, which lies at the altitude of 2,000 to almost 3,000 meters above sea level. The tract is located in the southwest of the Issyk plateau. Places here are picturesque: thickets of juniper, forests of Tianshine Shrenker firs and alpine swamps. It all looks like a picture from a landscape design magazine. From the east, the tract is limited by the Kayrak River. The river is small but with a complicated character. Let's see how Aziza will cope with it. So they told me that before Okur-Guy I need to wade this river. They said that there were very sharp stones. Wish good luck and left. Well, and since I'm not a very experienced tourist, I will do it alone. Oh, my shoe flies. Wait. A shoe flew away. Okur-Guy is still the center of livestock breeding. The terrain and vegetation favor this. And you don't need to go to the Alps. We have alpine meadows with a thick grassy pillow in Kazakhstan. Aziza decided to take advantage of the landscape for another purpose. Which one do you think? Okur-Guy Gorge is an ideal place for horseback riding. Even I'm a coward, I took the most humble horse and now I just want to enjoy nature. But honestly, this is more like some kind of gym. All the muscles hurt, but on the other hand, I feel like I'm getting stronger. What's next for us? Let's go! Aziza's favorite part in the program is snapshot. She was pleased to take photos wherever our routes go. So starting from Okur-Guy, Aziza brought a cool photo on a horse. Repeat the post, use the hashtag across the Central Asia and win prizes. Not everyone is destined to become great riders, but to try equestrian sport at least once is necessary. No wonder our ancestors were strong and healthy. Problems with the spine and musculoskeletal system, heart disease, stress at work. Horseback riding is a great alternative to the gym. I heard that horse tours are gaining momentum now, and to be honest, this does not surprise me at all. Because as soon as I went on a horse tour with my amazing horse, I felt some incredible relaxation. And with our stress, the internet, sometimes we just want to leave and reset. And horse tours will help you with this, right? What a sweet, good, kind and wonderful horse. We hope that Aziza was able to relax and reset, because happy host equals great episode. And if you also have an irresistible desire to drop everything and go on a weekend tour on horseback, here are tips from experienced instructors. Before leaving, take at least a few riding lessons. Mountain walks without proper training can be dangerous. What's next for us? Let's go. What's wrong with that? What the rider's dress code should be like. Get stretchy pants with closed shoes. The sole of the shoe should be smooth and the heel should be low. Before landing, check the equipment, especially the saddle. It must be one piece and well mounted on the horse. These are the main points. You will understand the rest along the way. It's not necessary to take a good mood with you. It will appear on its own. Hippotherapy works wonders. We checked it. These are the main points. You will understand the rest along the way. It's not necessary to take a good mood with you. It will appear on its own. Hippotherapy works wonders. We checked it. That's it for today. The first episode of the second season is coming to an end. The expedition along the roads of the Great Silk Road is just beginning. Our caravan left the birth of all Almaty travelers, Almaty Tourist Hub. Touched the ancient Issyk mounds and got acquainted with the history of the discovery of the Golden Man. Aziza managed to turn the ancient shards into a telephone receiver, wet the sneakers on the way to the Joly waterfall, and overcome her fear of riding at the Okur-Guy gorge. All these little adversities did not scare us, but only gave determination. Our team is facing new adventures, but we will talk about them in the next episodes. Follow our fascinating trip hashtag across the Central Asia. See you soon!